Number 16 has been linked to ASU football for a very long time. You may think of Jake Plummer, maybe current quarterback Trenton Bourget when you think of that number, but it was also the number that ASU was picked to finish in the Big 12 this year. Dead last, number 16. Well, on Friday night, ASU took down the number 16 team in the country, the Utah Utes, to earn their 5th victory.
Going into the season, we know we were the underdogs, and we knew every game that we were going to have people that go against us. And if we just stay as a team and just play together and practice hard every week and finish, we're going to come out with the outcome that we want.
I'm going to keep putting everything I got towards this team. We just beat number 16 in the country, so who says we can't beat anybody else? We played a heck of a game. Guys played hard the whole game, and you know I got a little emotional in there, but I love those guys and I trust them. Everything they got, I trust that they're going to give it to me.
It was Cam Skattebo leading the way for the offense. 199 total yards, 2 rushing touchdowns as well, both of them going for 40 plus. And Kenny Dillingham said that just doesn't happen to the Utah defense.
Huge explosive plays, especially versus Utah. Teams that don't give up explosive runs. That's their MO. They don't give up explosive plays. But it all works together. You know, the O-line played great. Cam's hard to bring down. The quarterback running game and the moving of the pockets, we called it a good game with the quick games mixed in there, and the jet sweeps. But it's just critical. You have to have explosive plays to win football games. You know, it's actually, talk about the margins, explosive play rate is the 2nd highest statistic that correlates to wins behind turnovers in college football of the major statistics. They're harder to measure. Everybody wants explosive plays, right? So it's a little bit different. I don't quantify them as important because everybody wants them all the time, but they are definitely a direct correlation to winning, and we had those when it mattered most. And the one thing that's awesome for our guys is we're playing our best football in the 4th quarter.
And there was plenty of adversity throughout the night. Sam Levitt got knocked out for a little bit. He said it was a rib spasm, but he left the game. ASU still able to finish the drive with Jeff Sims, and that turned out to be crucial for the Sun Devils' victory.
I mean, I got hit in the ribs, started to spasm and couldn't really breathe, but I mean, I was just fired up, so I was just really sad. I wasn't really too worried about the pain. I was just sad I couldn't put on for the team. So, you know, once I got up and got the, strength to get up, I told our team, y'all boys better go put this one in.
We have a lot of confidence in Jeff. I mean, we really did. I mean, put him in there, we put the ball in his hands, and he goes and scores a touchdown. And kudos to him for being ready. He's a veteran. He's a guy who, in today's day and age of football, transferred here not to be the number 2. He transferred here to start. And there's there's great power in what it means to the football team that you have a guy who's a senior who transferred here to start to win the job, and he didn't. And he's a great teammate. He's a great person, and he goes in there and he gets the job done when he was called upon. And that's the culture we're trying to build. And that's the program we're trying to build. And I think what he did tonight and how he's handled himself just tells you everything you need to know about him.
The defense came up big. Cam Rising, he's been out with an injury. He did not look like his old self, and the Sun Devils able to pick him off 3 times, including 2 from linebacker Caleb McCullough, who was filling in for Keyshawn Elliott, who was out in the first half for targeting. And McCullough, who has been in the rotation earlier in the year, really showed out here on Friday night.
It's a guy who was here through all the mess. And he was here when all the bad things were happening. He was here the 3-9. And then I show up and tell him, just stay, just stay. He's here again, we're 3-9, we suck again, right? And then we're just stay, believe. He's one of the few people that stayed. And for him to make that play is awesome. I mean, kudos to him. Gave him a game ball.
So now the Sun Devils sit at 5-1, and many of the prognosticators at the beginning of the year set the line at 4.5 wins. So Kenny Dillingham had a message for those Sun Devil fans that picked the over when it came to that.
For those of you guys who won, put that money back into the collective, right? Because you get to celebrate these wins. You get to have another cold one with your friends. You get to have great Saturday nights. That should be enough for you already. Take that money that you've won, put it back into these kids, put it back into that collective, right? And let's enjoy the rest of the year.
So just a massive win for ASU. Their first win over Utah since 2018, and the first ranked opponent that Kenny Dillingham and his team have been able to take down here in Tempe. 27-19 is the final here. Now the Sun Devils look ahead to Cincinnati on the road for some breakfast ball. 9 a.m. Arizona time. They're kicking off next week.